guys, welcome back to my channel. So as you can see, we've got another Halloween look today. This is kind of like a sugar skull inspired makeup tutorial, and it was, do you know, it was a lot of fun. So I really hope that you enjoy this tutorial, and if you do, don't forget to let me know down below. Why was I out of breath? Whew. Give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. But thank you guys so much for clicking on the video, and I hope you enjoy this one.
Hey guys! Alright, so I'm starting by just soaping my brows with my standard soap brow, and then I'm going in and covering my brows with the Kevyn Aucoin Central Skin Enhancer Concealer because it's nice and thick. Then I took this really full coverage foundation from Smashbox and I used it all over my face, and also made sure that I merged the difference between the brows and the concealer. Then I set that with some translucent powder from Too Faced, and I also primed my eyelids using my Too Faced Born This Way concealer. Then I just made sure that everything was nice and set with the setting powder. Then I just went in and took that same concealer to do my under eyes, just to make sure that it's nice and seamless. Then I took a black eyeliner, it's a pot one from Silver Beauty, which is water activated. And I just drew the outer circles around the eye sockets. Then I took this pink eyeshadow from my Juvia's Place Masquerade palette, and I started creating the shape of a halo eye in terms of the placement of where I was putting the pink. So I wanted it to be the most intense on the outer corner and the inner corner. Then I'm taking a slightly darker pinky purple shade and emphasizing the halo kind of shape. Then I took this shimmery blue colour from the same palette and used it to fill the centre of my lid to really create that halo eye. Then I went back in with the darker purples to make sure that my crease area had a little bit more dimension, and the outer and inner corner also were significantly darker. Then I took a black eyeshadow and just slowly started to work this around the perimeter of the sockets. I started dabbing this to create kind of like a gradient so that it's gradually kind of gets darker as it goes outwards. Then I went in with mascara, and that was the eyes done. Now I started to just draw the floral patterns that I wanted with the same black eyeliner, and created the kind of like jaw, not the jaw, that's not the jaw, the cheekbone, that's the one, indentation. So I went in with black eyeshadow and then faded it into the pink eyeshadow so that we've got that same kind of gradient effect. So you want to take your time with the blend to make it as smooth as possible. Then I took my SFX Makeup Revolution paint things, and I mixed the red, purple and white together to create the shade of pink that I wanted, and started just filling in like the little flower things as I wanted, and I wanted to just keep to the pink and blue theme, so I just sort of played around with that to make sure that I had some nice like detail and dimension to all of the designs. I didn't want them to be too basic, so that's why I went and used kind of like the blue for the core of each sort of petal, I guess. Then I took the black eyeliner and I basically just went with, I knew I wanted to go with a kind of like relatively elegant sort of pattern, that sort of swirly kind of vibe. So I kind of just freestyled it in terms of what I thought would complement the face in terms of the placement and the shapes and things like that. So you can kind of have fun with this. There's no real like technical thing behind it. Just follow what you think would be kind of cute, and you can just sort of doodle with it, you know. But the hardest bit is just making sure that it's symmetrical on both sides. So you want to kind of go back and forth between the left and the right as you go, so you don't have to like do the whole thing on one side and then be like, oh my god, how do I just copy this on the other side? And then I filled it with the same SFX colours, like the same kind of format that I used for the flowers. I just did the same ombre effect within all of like the swirls that I had drawn. Then I wanted to create the nose to make it start to look a little bit more like a skull kind of vibe. So I created that standard sort of shape on the nose. And I created the same ombre with the blue and the pink. I just feel like this really made the whole thing look a lot more intricate when it's not. You know what I mean? Like, just by mixing a few different colours together, it makes it look a lot more detailed than it is, which saves you from doing a lot of like the technical, intricate detail drawing yourself. Then I just went in with black eyeliner and kind of created a few designs almost as like filler in places where I wanted it to look more detailed and more intricate. but I didn't want it to look messy. I wanted it to be clean. So I went in with the black and just created little filler patterns, as you can see, making sure that I still stick to the symmetry. So whatever I did on one side, I made sure I reciprocated on the other side. That's why I really like using this pot eyeliner in particular, because if I was to use like a normal eyeliner or an inglot, like the inglot pot gel thing, if you make a mistake, trying to change that is going to be an absolute nightmare. But because this is water activated, the consistency is very easy to use. It runs quite smooth on the skin, and also if you do make a mistake, it's not the end of the world. You can clean it up quite neatly with a little makeup wipe. Then I just went and, as you can see, I added a bit of detail on the forehead with the petal. Honestly, it's one of them ones where you just see how it looks as you go, and then just fill in anywhere where you think the space looks a little bit too empty or anything like that. And then I started to really have fun with the jawline area. This, I think, was probably my most, like, fun bit for me. I really enjoyed this bit. I feel like it looked really nice with the fading pink coming downwards. Alright. Now, I knew that it needed a little something around the eye sockets because it just looked a bit too basic for me. So I went round and just did little dots of black eyeliner around the circles. Then I took my Intimidate lip liner from NYX and just overlined my lips and filled it with this bright pink lipstick from Makeup Revolution. Then I went in with my black eyeliner and I wanted to create something that looked like part of the design but also led to kind of like a play on the teeth of like a skull. So you can see that I did kind of a simplistic design to kind of suggest it but not make it too intense.
Okay guys, so this is the finished look. I really hope that you enjoyed this one, and if you did, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. I would really appreciate it. Also, don't forget to go over and check out my Instagram and my TikTok for pictures and little videos and reels and stuff of this look. But thank you guys so much. I love you all so much, and I will see you next time. Bye guys.